Yep.
So, if you don't know what happened in Dayton and El Paso, basically there was just some shooting going on, and apparently that was blamed on video games. And as you can see, I have a friend in the background, basically. You never know. Introduce yourself.
Welcome everybody, I'm JG, and today on the podcast we're going to be talking about a shooting that is blamed on video games.
Now, he's played Call of Duty since he was like 4, by the way.
Pretty much, yeah. Actually, I think 3.5 maybe?
So,
I've been playing since
eliminate the terrorist.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. If you you've never gotten the urge to shoot someone in real life, like even though you played Call of Duty since you were like 4.
I've been playing Call of Duty since I was like 3 or 4, and I've literally never got the urge to shoot somebody. If I wanted to, I could walk upstairs right now, grab a gun, and start shooting. I don't have the urge. Honestly, if I ever have an urge of shooting someone, it's probably because I'm playing a video game.
And look, I'm playing a Siege right now, and you know, like I normally go Echo and Sledge, all right. But you never see me have the urge to go get a sledgehammer and bash someone. You never see me have the urge to go get a drone and try and stun someone. No.
Well, first off, that'd probably be illegal.
No, blaming this type of stuff on video games is like trying to blame car crashing on bumper cars, or trying to blame drowning from, or just like trying to, you know, I'm not even gonna go on to an example.
trying to blame rage on stupid crap. Trying to blame rage on the fact that they're staring at a screen. Or trying to say that somebody's not as smart because they stare at a screen a lot. And trust me, that is an example.
And I used to play Mario a lot when I was little. And you never, you know, I never found the urge to go find out a turtle and then you just jump on the turtle. No.
Or start throwing it when they I've actually played a lot of like fighter games.
And it's not really the only group. Parents aren't really the only group that pretty much hate video games. Feminists, example. Right before Overwatch's staging development, they pretty much complained about, you know, the female characters basically, saying that they weren't unique or anything.
I mean, if you got a problem with females, then
in video games, then you're just stupid.
I mean, just females in general. I mean, I could understand if you're like if you are very angry at females because, for instance, me, if I gotta play with a female, I'd rather just mute them because I don't. Pretty much, I met a gamer girl actually before I met Cal, and we actually got together for like.
Yeah, that was my old username, in case you didn't know.
Well, I mean, that wasn't your full old username, but that's what I called you. I'm gonna call you that until I die.
Alright.
That's what I'm used to. But pretty much, I can understand some people don't like dislike women, but don't be angry at a game for having females. If you're angry at it because it doesn't have females, I can totally understand that.
And like, no, they were complaining at the fact that all the females were skinny. No, look, there are like chubby females in video games, alright?
But I mean, it's a video game. I mean,
exactly.
Honestly, nobody wants, like game developers, they don't want to make a character like, for instance, like a female fat, because they know obviously.
That's not gonna appeal to male. You know, that's not gonna appeal, like, if it's an M-rated game, that's not really gonna appeal to them.
Really? I mean, some people have fetishes for fat people, so I mean,
it's basically just rolls upon rolls.
I mean, hey, but still, the fact, pretty much where we're going at is a lot of things are blamed on stupid things.
And alright, now the news basically hates video games. Like, for example, when the Nintendo DS came out, they were like, oh, it's making your children accessible to pedophiles. How do you go as innocent from, I'm playing Mario to you're gonna get raped, kid? That'd be like me being like, I'm gonna eat a sandwich to somebody's gonna sneak into the house and then stab you in the throat before you eat that sandwich.
Yeah, pretty much. You hate video
And then,
games.
like, when the Sony PSP came out, they were like, when you access it to the internet, it makes your children vulnerable to pedos, like pedophiles, porn, and the KKK.
Okay, so pretty much, honestly, if you're afraid of like your children going online, then obviously you should have some supervision over it. So if you're gonna start playing video games because your children got killed, or they got raped, or they got kidnapped, or whatever.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't want to sound like some crazy person here, but
5 seconds left.
it's not the child's fault, it's not internet's fault, it's not video game's fault, it's your fault for letting that happen. You have a child, you supervise. I have 4 little siblings, so I know that I have to supervise my little siblings. Because half the time, my mother's working pretty much until we go to sleep. So I have to watch them pretty much all day until I get home. So pretty much I have an hour of worry because I get home an hour after my siblings. So honestly, don't blame anything. If your kid gets blamed for anything because they talk to somebody online.
Okay, that made sense, Yubi. I just shot him in the chest, but alright. Anyway, there's this. Like, if the Sony PSP is an issue because of Wi-Fi accessibility, shouldn't phones be an issue as well? Because I can find all that stuff through my phone right here. That
There's no point.
and same with computers and tablets and all that. So.
You wanna know what I hate? Some people. I think I've actually met somebody like
But
this.
no, they don't want to complain about that. But no, they want to complain about video games. And back on the parents. Sorry, back on the parents. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. It's just never like, you know, the violent rap music he listens to or the violent movies that he watches. No, it's always the video games. And I'm not joking. A mom on Dr. Phil. Her son was playing Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto, and he's cursed like a sailor. And I used to be that one kid in the lobby cursing at everyone, if I'll be honest. But I was, yeah.
Child's cursing. First of all, if you're angry at a child because a video game made them start doing things, it's not the video game's fault. It's your fault.
As a parent.
If you're angry at a video game that made your child do something, why does a child have the game in the first place?
No, and then like the mom was like, "Oh, he bought the game by himself. He bought Grand Theft Auto by himself." No, he didn't buy Grand Theft Auto by himself. No, he didn't buy Grand Theft Auto by himself because there's these age ratings. Like I'm gonna pull up a Rainbow Six Siege, you know, thing right here, and then I'm gonna pull up my Dragon Ball FighterZ disc. See? And then over here on the left corner, it says this no symbol. It's like T for teens, and then there's like an M for mature.
So either way,
and then like they don't pay attention to it. They just think, here you go, Timmy. And look, due to those things, that means that the person at that age has to buy the game because like, look, a 11-year-old kid can't just walk up in GameStop and just bring Grand Theft Auto up and be like, here's $30. I want this game. No, and someone at that age who's like older than him will have to buy him the game. At least like when they're 17 or 18, they'll have to buy him the game.
Well, I can understand like if a kid if a kid walking in GameStop with a parent or an adult and you know they bought like a video game and the amount of money they needed and you know they were able to buy it because they were under parent supervision. But at the same time, if you're gonna let your child buy a game, then make sure it's for children around their age. And if you know that they're used to playing games that aren't for people around their age, then they're used to it. They know. And some people, honestly, the smarter people are usually the ones who play video games because they know things can happen, bad things can happen, and they honestly know that is. Some people, they play video games and then they do things, but that's probably not because of video games. Probably because something in real life. That's what most shooter things happen for, because it's something in real life. Like school shootings, and some people, they just are mentally disabled, or they are very angry at somebody. Like, actually, at my school, somebody actually committed suicide. And actually, quite a few people at my school actually died from shooters, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, shooters don't go around shooting because they played some
Call of
shooter
Duty
game.
or Rainbow Six Siege, as you can see right here.
Any
No.
shooter game.
Nicely done. The
That's
biohazard
not...
container has been
So,
located.
if you're gonna blame it... And there's actually some, like, I think I've actually met somebody like this once. They hate video games, but at the same time, they play video games like on their phone,
10
PlayStation,
seconds.
whatever. Like, literally, I think one time I walked around the corner and I heard
seconds to go.
somebody saying video games are stupid, I freaking hate them, something like that.
Biohazard container
Like, they were saying
located.
bad things about video
Location.
games, and then while I was walking past them, I clearly saw them playing a video game. Now, I can understand rage at a video game, but I mean, like, this person is, like, really, like, I think they said some, like, games shouldn't even be here, or games are gonna make the world end. And honestly, that's pretty stupid. I mean, don't blame things on stupid crap. Don't blame something on it. Don't blame anything on anything. Unless you got proof to back it up, I suggest you shut your trap. Because there is no point
Secure the room. Protect the
I
bio.
was saying
And my teammate
that
TK'd me
something's causing something.
because they stole his kill.
Op four
Anyway.
That's how
Mission successful.
everybody gets aggravated, man. I mean,
That's an example of that everyone gets angry at video games. So there's people in video games.
and trust me, you could ask Cal. I get very angry at video games. You could
Exactly.
ask my cousin. Literally, me and my cousin were playing a video game. I punched my TV. I literally punched my TV because of how angry I got at the video game. And half the time, I usually don't punch things. I usually just start yelling because I'm a very loud person. Trust me, you can ask Cal. One time we were playing Apex Legends, I started yelling at Hungry.
Another friend.
And stuff.
So, yeah, that's all I just want to get that message out there that you basically just, you know,
Don't blame something.
don't blame
Another
any
thing.
shooting on video games basically.